Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome to another watch list. Basically, think of this as a monthly TV guide for me to let you know what and when TV shows that I'm interested in, that you might be interested in, are coming out. Like always, in the description down below, I'll include links to any trailers that might be available to anything that I bring up during this watch list. On April 6th on Netflix, we have a new series called Beef. Basically, we have Steven Yeun and Ali Wong playing these characters who kind of like their lives are these complicated messes, and their lives kind of end up crashing, and now it's kind of like, oh, I want revenge against you, well, I'm gonna do everything I can against you. That's where the beef that they have with each other. So it seems like them trying to like get back at each other and screwing each other up. I watched a little bit of the trailer once because I didn't want to like watch too much of it, but just from what I saw from the trailer, I was like, oh, this seems pretty interesting. So I'm excited to see what that's all about and get the full context for the series. On April 7th on Hulu, we have this limited series called Tiny Beautiful Things. It seems like it might be kind of this comedy drama series with Catherine Hahn, where basically she's playing this mom who's in this complicated situation with her husband, obviously figuring things out with her teenage daughter, but basically she's kind of reflecting on what she would say to her younger self, and kind of, the experience of like, yeah, what your life is now and what happened in between then and there, your life not being what you want it to be. It's one of those, I guess, introspective type of stories, and it seems kind of like sweet, endearing, but also like kind of like, it might feel like it might be a tearjerker and beautiful in its own right with some of the story beats we got in the trailer, but it seems really interesting, so I'm excited to check it out. On April 13th on HBO Max, we have the final episodes of Titans, which obviously I'm bummed to see Titans end, but I'm excited to ultimately see how it all plays out. Obviously, we got the next 6 episodes. There is a trailer out, but I've avoided looking at anything, so I have no idea what to fully expect. Obviously, we're going to be picking up with the whole Brother Blood and the Trigon cult and everything like that, but Titans weren't in a good position where we left them off. Like, they kind of, the Brother Blood situation kind of ended more in the cult's favor than the Titans' favor, so where things kind of pick up with them, obviously where Superboy was too, just to see where everything ultimately comes to an end with Titans I'm very excited to see what happens. Also on April 13th on Netflix, we have this limited series called Florida Man. Essentially, this guy has ties to some criminal activities, like kind of maybe some gangsters, maybe some mafioso type of thing, but either way, he's in severe debt with them, but some woman that's connected to him, I don't know if it's like, hey, the boss of it, like this is his girl in a like wife or girlfriend type of way, but basically she left and they want her back, so he has to basically track her down, and it ends up being this whole rigmarole situation that they find themselves in. Just from what we saw from the trailer, it seemed, I think it is like a kind of comedy crime drama, so it seemed fun, seemed interesting. On April 15th on HBO, we had the 4th and final season of Barry, which I'm super excited about. I've avoided the trailer. I have not watched anything. Obviously, I caught up with Barry while it was airing its 3rd season, so I'm ready to just jump right into season 4. I'm so excited to see ultimately how this is going to end. It's kind of sad that this is going to be the end, but it also feels very befitting where Barry ended up last season, which I'm curious how much of his circumstances at the end of season 3 it's going to be. How much of this season will it revolve around? Will all of it, half of it? What does that also mean for the rest of the cast? Like what their circumstances are going to be? Will we kind of get like a new cast to really focus on for the majority of the cast? Will they be replaced with like the new cast in Barry's circumstances in prison? I'll go ahead and talk about it, but like I'm so curious to see what how this season plays out, what it's structured like. Obviously, if I watch the trailer, I have a better idea, but I don't want to know anything. I don't want to see a frame of what to expect from this season. So I'm excited to ultimately see how Barry comes to an end. On April 23rd on MGM Plus, we have season 2 of From, which I'm so excited about. If you've not seen From, you need to change that. It's a really neat supernatural horror mystery series. Basically, people are stuck in this town where you literally can't leave the town, because anytime you leave the town, it loops you back into the town, and at night, these monsters, which can disguise themselves as people, try to convince you to leave your houses, because they have these things that kind of make it so that the monsters can't get into their houses. Almost like some vampire rules, but there's like some talismans that, it's a whole thing. I've not watched the season 2 trailer, and I'm not going to. I just want to go into this season knowing as little as possible, but I'm so excited because obviously we start taking some steps into learning more about their circumstances and kind of learning a little bit more history about this place they're stuck in. So I'm sure we're going to dive even more into that, kind of find out the circumstances and situation that they're in a little bit more. So I'm very, very excited to see where season 2 ends up taking us. On April 26th on Hulu, we have this new series called Saint X. At the time of recording this, I don't think there's a trailer out, but my understanding just from the synopsis I read was basically it involves like a woman's murder, and that basically it kind of deals with multiple timelines of just kind of like how it affects the lives of everyone else around. Like, that's my understanding of it. This was a little while ago when I read the synopsis, but it seems so interesting. I think it's based on a book. I've never heard of the book. Obviously, I'm not the biggest reader regardless, but the premise seemed really interesting, and obviously I have no trailer to really gauge that on, like, what that's about, but like I said, just from the little synopsis I read, it seemed really interesting, so I'm excited to check it out. On April 22nd on Netflix, we have season 2 of Sweet Tooth, which I'm very, very excited about. I kind of remember where we ended up, where Gus's circumstances ended up leaving him. I believe there's a teaser out, but I don't think I've watched it. I'm kind of fine with probably like knowing as little as possible going into the second season. I definitely need to rewatch season 1 to fully refresh my memory, but I do remember where Gus ended up, him and the other God, I don't remember their name, the hybrids, where him and the other hybrids ended up in season 1's finale. So I'm excited to see where season 2 takes us. Like I said, I'm gonna have to rewatch season 1, but I'm super pumped to see where things kind of go as we develop, you know, Gus's story and, you know, Big Man's attempts to save him, especially because, you know, your A and B plots ended up converging at the end. So, and finally on April 28th on Prime Video, we have a new series called Citadel. It's been a while since I watched the trailer, but I believe this is kind of like, I don't know if they're CIA agents. I think they might just be a kind of like a spy organization in general. Maybe they're no like full on like real world equivalencies, but they're kind of these spies that are almost in this Bourne identity. I mean, Jason Bourne situation where neither one of them remembers anything, and it kind of turns into this like actiony spy thriller. Seems really interesting just from what I've seen. I know recently there was a second trailer out, but it's been a while since I saw the first trailer, so I might not be remembering as much. Either way, it's, like I said, it seems interesting. So once again, I'm fine with. I'm a big fan of the spy thriller action, you know, lane of things, so I'm excited to check the series out and kind of get the full context of everything. And so that brings this month's watch list to an end. Like always, if there's something that's coming out maybe I wasn't aware of, that you're aware of, that's coming out that you think maybe me or someone else would be interested in, don't be afraid to leave it in the comments down below. Really, that's all I'm going to talk about. Until the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.